Welcome to the episode of ExCEL with Gabrielle. I'm your host, Gabrielle Jordan, and every Sunday at 7 p.m. I'll be giving motivational advice and entrepreneurial tips to entrepreneurs and leaders just like you. So make sure to head over to my website, ExCELYouthMentoring.com, to subscribe to the ExCEL Youth Mentoring Institute. And don't forget to tell other people about this because I wouldn't want anybody to miss anything. So today's episode of ExCEL with Gabrielle, I am so excited to share with you our fourth Sunday adult guest, Miss Sherron Washington. She started her graphic design company exactly 10 years ago this year. If you have seen any of my logos or multiple promotional items, you have seen her work. But she is not just focused on graphic design. She's a speaker and the author of the book Market Simple, where she teaches entrepreneurs the marketing, branding, and communication skills necessary for growing successful businesses. So, without further ado, here is Miss Sherron Washington. Welcome, Miss Sherron.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining me on ExCEL with Gabrielle. I'm so excited. Finally having you on the show. For those of you who don't know, Miss Sherron she does a lot of my work for my business. She has done all of my logos and a lot of my promotional items, and she is awesome. So please tell us, Miss Sherron, about your business, how you got started, what inspired you to start P3 Solutions?
Absolutely. This is a funny story because I kind of fell into being an entrepreneur. So unlike you, who are amazing, right? Your family is full with incredible entrepreneurs. My family isn't. They're hard workers, but they weren't entrepreneurs. I worked for this woman. I was a marketing manager for about 10 years, and I worked for her, and I got tired of traveling, to be honest with you. Right? And now I travel even more.
Right, you do.
Ironic.
You're in Las Vegas right now, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
So I travel even more, but I got really tired of traveling, and she gave me the idea of starting my own business. I designed as a hobby. I was a marketer for 10 years, so I knew strategy. So she gave me this idea of starting the business, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. And they became my first client.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
I know, right? And so the idea of being an entrepreneur was fun. It was a fantasy.
Right.
Because, I thought I could kind of jump in and money will come and success, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fantasy. And I had to realize that, no, you had to work at it. So I kind of fell into P3 Solution. I thought that there was a need in the market for all of the things that I did. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to create a place where this is a full service marketing and communications firm where small businesses could come and have a one-stop shop. They didn't have to go get marketing from one place, design from another place, social media from another place.
And
so
just to clarify, you're actually doing a bit of a transition now, but a lot of things that you were doing is graphic design and kind of creation with logos and everything like that. Make sure I have that on the right line. So that's kind of what you were doing, but now you're going into this transition period, which I'm excited about. And we can talk about that a little bit later, but
okay.
I want to ask you a little bit about kind of that beginning period of starting a business and, what was it like for you to be an entrepreneur that, never really experienced entrepreneurship before? Because a lot of the young people, even adults that are watching, they probably don't have that surrounding. Right. They don't know what that is like. So how did you kind of transition and start, getting into the swing of things?
So first of all, it's freedom. It's the freedom to create your own space. So I would definitely say for your audience members, this isn't a great time, especially as a youthpreneur, that you could create your own space. And what a time to do it. Even as little as 10 years ago, because my company is 10 years old this year. Thank you. Even being 10 years old, 10 years ago, the resources that exist today didn't exist before for small businesses. So we didn't have the Gabrielles of the world or
Yeah.
the P3 Solutions who provide resources on a daily basis to help you with that transition. So starting out as a small business owner, it was challenging,
Yeah.
but the freedom to do what I wanted to do kind of overcame that kind of those challenges. So I actually enjoy being an entrepreneur and working 14 hours, if you believe it, more than I did working 8.
Wow.
So it feels very good.
That's wonderful, and that's a really good place I wanted to actually talk a little bit about, because right now, before it was kind of difficult for people to be entrepreneurs because they didn't really have the tools that we have now. And nowadays we have all this social media and we have this ability, to create our own websites and to market ourselves. But the thing is that a lot of people don't actually know how to do it correctly. And that's the service that you are bringing now. You've started kind of going in that direction, kind of teaching people how to market. And you have a book called Market Simple, which is really amazing. Please go get that. I read it and I've been working on it, and it's such an amazing book, and it had so much amazing information you really need to know, because you don't really know how to do it correctly. You may have these tools, but you don't know how to do it right so that you can bring people to your page and do these things. So what got you to want to transition into this place of being able to teach people how to market simple?
Well, I've been a teacher, a natural teacher, at least as my mom says. Mothers know best.
Yes, definitely.
I've been a teacher since I was your age.
Oh,
right?
Really?
Absolutely. Training people. I always got into a leadership position. I was captain of the cheerleading team, president of it could go on and on. So leadership. Give me your question. I was off the thought. One more time.
So what got you to want to start teaching people how to market?
Absolutely. So what happened is that I'm a professor at a university, and I found that what was missing for small business owners is that they didn't have that training, and they weren't getting the training. And the complaints were, I don't have the time, it's too confusing, and things like that. So I wanted to create something like in my classroom where I take complex theoretical things and make them and condense them to be simplified. So why not do that for marketing? Because I do totally believe that marketing doesn't have to be complicated. And once you understand that it doesn't have to be complicated and where you belong, it becomes an easy process that you want to do over and over and over again to make the right decisions in the moment. Because marketing is a type of thing that you have to try. It's trial and error. Yeah. So you can I can tell you, we can consult and go over your specific target and what colors look right. But until you actually try it out, you don't really know. So it's trial and error. And the only way that you can know how to not to make limited mistakes instead of those large mistakes is to get some resources. So that's how I transitioned to kind of this trainer. It's always there.
Right.
Always there. So I want to teach people, and I want to teach people the concept about market simple and how to market simple. Not only using the book to create a plan, but through social media marketing. That's taken a flight with different topics that I speak on now. So I talk about targeting too. So those things are very important, but in a simple way, so small business owners won't feel overwhelmed, because time is a commodity.
Right. And I think it's funny that you say trial and error, because that's really a lot when it comes to business, trying to figure out the right way to do things and how to do it the right time, and making sure that you don't make huge mistakes. But even if you do, knowing how to come back from that, and also how you were saying how, you were a natural born leader, teacher, and that's a lot with entrepreneurs. You're in a place right now, or some other entrepreneurs may be in one place, but as they grow along, they may realize that they should have been in this other place that they've had from the very beginning, which is really wonderful. So I know that you're a speaker as well, and you talk a lot about this topic, and you've been growing really rapidly as a speaker. So that's really awesome. I just wanted to say congratulations on that and what you've been doing. So I actually want to ask,
you've been giving really good tips so far with it, for these young people and for these adults. But I would like to ask for, just one tip that you feel really helped you when you got started, or one tip that you feel constantly helps you as you are an entrepreneur that you could give to a person watching here.
That's easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Wonderful.
Engage with incredible people. Like, you have to continue to create the connections, because that is going to differentiate you from another person. Just stay engaged, conversations, stay informed in your industry with incredible people that are doing incredible things. And I know that incredible is a subjective term, and I mean for it to be, because whoever you deem that's large, if it's Gabrielle, if it's myself, go out, check out what they're doing, mimic some of their successes, absolutely, but definitely engage with them, ask questions to see, okay, what has made them successful. Watch shows like these so that you can start to follow and execute. So definitely engaging, the connections I've made in the last 10 years, I can even say in the last 2 years, have sparked the growth that you see now. In 8 months, I've spoken 12 times. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think that's really, really awesome. As I talk a lot about, networking and making sure that you have role models and mentors, and that you are constantly learning and researching, and just like that constant flow of knowledge. And that's really like the best way to have, the knowledge, having a person that has done the things that you might want to do, is in the place that you want to be. You learn from them, take on their knowledge, and use it for yourself as well. And that's important. And I love that you shared that, just to be able to reiterate that and to drive that home for these young people, to be able to learn and to be able to take in knowledge. So to finish off, just can you share with us your website and, some of your social media so that we can find you, and also your book as well?
You can find me, very simple, at the P3 Solution, and that's everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Blab, Periscope, even Google Plus. I'm still on Google Plus. You can find me there. Or if you want to see some of the services that my business offers, you can also go to thep3solution.com. So they can find me there. You can also find the book at thep3solution.com. It's Market Simple, the blueprint I wish I had before I started a business. It is also available on Amazon via Kindle. And if you're interested in coming to the city in October 15th, I have Market Simple, the Summit.
Yes, and we will have all of the information for that, and your website and your links down below, because we want to make sure that people are there and they are coming to this, because I'm reiterating over and over and over again, this is a really important thing to learn, especially an entrepreneur. But you can also apply these things to your life, because there's a certain type of mindset that you have to have in order to do, like, even if it's in your career or in college or studies, having this certain type of mindset to be able to market and to talk to people and to promote yourself in order to become successful. So thank you so much, Ms. Sherron, for being on the show. I'm so happy and excited that we were able to do this interview, and just thank you for being on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching another episode of ExCEL with Gabrielle. I hope that you enjoyed this interview with Ms. Sherron Washington. As I said before, all of her information will be in the description down below, so make sure to check out her website, her social media, and her book, Market Simple. Also, make sure to head over to ExCELYouthMentoring.com to subscribe to the ExCEL Youth Mentoring Institute and check out past interviews with adults and young entrepreneurs. Also, you can email me at excel@GabrielleJordanInspires.com to send me any questions, comments, or concerns that you'd like me to discuss in my next video. And I hope that you'll join me next Sunday at 7 p.m. to learn, grow, and excel with Gabrielle. See you next time.